40, let me go ahead and spill some tea. So, this is an interesting topic. I know my hand is shaking a little bit, but I wanted to talk about the next wave of creators that are going to be popping up all over different social media platforms, and that gives opportunities for many moms over 40 to be such creator who is no longer promoting other people's products, but rather becoming a brand owner yourself, promoting your own product in context of showing the transformational journey as you're navigating through your entrepreneurial side hustling service delivery life cycle. So if you're a mom over 40 trying to figure out how to squeeze in extra hours to make some extra income, I do have a couple of business models that I have constructed that will allow you to monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and makes it easy for you to show your transformational journey and makes it easy for you to make some side hustling income. But the first most important thing for you to do, guys, is to understand that instead of typical what you're seeing right now, you see two types of waves happening. The first wave of creators is the wave of creators who have this insane amount of creativity. They're promoting products and they kind of tightly couple like a product video talking about a product and showing all sorts of variations of that product. And they try to squeeze as much information as possible, but you could kind of tell that those creators are just promoting products and not necessarily having the free spiritually driven lifestyle. And as a result of that, people of course don't trust such accounts, and they don't, in many cases, they don't even buy. Now, how do you overcome that? One of the best ways to do that is to either A, not to overcome that at all, and there's enough, and kind of absorb the risk, absorb the fact that whenever somebody tries to go into your TikTok account and sees your content, they get to see that you have all the other products that you've been promoting and not necessarily having that freely spiritually driven lifestyle. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. There's benefits with that in terms of, and it truly will depend on your level of creativity for how much you can squeeze into that video. But typically what happens in some circumstances, people jump into your profile and they see whether or not you're a real person or just like an ad puppet talking on the behalf of brand. So the next wave of creators is going to be the type of creator moms who are going to be their own brand owners, who knows the merchandise, who understand the revenue share structure, who understands all the breakdown, the cost breakdown structure for the products. Those are going to be the bougie boss moms of future. And those creators are already popping up all over the place. And I give plenty of examples of such creators so you could start mimicking them right away and start spawning money. And not only mimicking them, but I do actually have a program for you called one of my feudal incubators that explicitly helps moms over 40 break into becoming such creator. So this way you're riding that next wave of creators and having your own brand and showing that journey and showing that transformation in context of building your feudal kingdom. And thank you guys for joining and allocating a little bit of your time. My name is Ro Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer, and your ticket to freedom. Guys, look, here's what I want you to recognize. If you really want to make some extra income, it's not just going to be from you reselling other people's products. You could start off with that, sure. But at the end of the day, you're going to be hitting those violations, TikTok violations. You're going to be creating one video, next video, the second video, third video, and running kind of on fumes, constantly being stressed out. So instead of that, I would like you to join the next wave of powerful creators that are literally popping up in front of your feeds, in your Threads feeds and YouTube feeds. You quickly start recognizing who those creators are, and out of a sudden, by looking at their life, you begin gravitating towards them and trusting such creators more and buying from them. That's going to be the next wave. The difference between this upcoming wave of innovative creators and the existing creators is the fact that the upcoming wave of creators, they're going to be morphing together their audience into the process, into their entire side hustling service delivery lifecycle as they building the brand and showing you their journeys. For example, they would be interacting with audiences, but not necessarily just in live form, kind of like what you see over here, but rather in a way through through polling. So, for example, in my YouTube, you have seen some of the dynamic polls that I have introduced in many small pieces of my content. You've seen that content, you know that this content looks incredible. The question is, how can you construct something similar, and how can you build a brand and be part of that creators, so this way you hop onto that wave and no longer struggle as much as you currently struggling. Well, the key here is I'm going to give you a quick framework for you to follow. So this way you follow and become part of those creators. So this way you can join that wave and start making money that can help you become future millionaire using this structure. To make it easy, I broke down the entire structure in a PowerPoint presentation for you directly inside of my YouTube channel. And I provide a couple of paths for bougie boss moms over 40 to help you still maintain the limits of your everyday life while still having fun with your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and make it super easy for you to try out some of those business systems and morph them together with your audience. So how does the morphing process works? Before I talk about how it works, I do want to let you know that I created one business model that is not described anywhere in the world. You could search through ChatGPT, you won't find this business model. The only way you're going to be able to understand this business model is if you see one of my PowerPoint presentations that I have created for you explicitly in YouTube. This is an example of interacting and interfacing with your audience and intertangling them into the process. And of course, if you wanted to take a look at my short form content and see how I'm creating the dynamic polls to get feedback from my audience and then integrating that feedback directly into my lives, so this way you understand that whenever you respond on polls, your feedback matters. And this is an example of a powerful content creation strategy that is just effortless for you to execute, providing that you integrate all of those small pieces together. Keep something in mind, the AI and combination of different types of content creativity skills is rapidly evolving. The biggest win is going to be coming from not necessarily tightly coupled videos with a super fast kind of compressed video clips that show combination of different bells and whistles. Although this is a good trend that's happening now, and you could still capitalize on that wave. And if you follow that format, whenever you start creating any videos, you compress the time and show multiple variations of your journey. And as you show in that's where you show some of those products, whatever the products that you decide to build, whether it's a Sour Patch candy or an ice cream or any other kind of product that you wanted to integrate in context of building your brand and showing your trials, triumphs, and tribulations. So guys, look, thank you for allocating a little bit of your time. How's your day going? Natasha 1A said hi. Deb, hi. Yolis Isla says hi. Hey guys, I'm I just literally I got out for a walk, and I figured I'd just take you guys with me and help you guys out, so we'll all make some money together. So guys, look, here's what you got to do. I'm gonna give you the path. In fact, I have another PowerPoint presentation built literally just built yesterday, which is an extenuation of the previous PowerPoint presentation where I gave you one of those paths for how to become one of those creators who can capitalize on this upcoming wave. And that presentation hyper focuses on the concept of you being a bougie boss mom, but doing something extra. So what I do is in that presentation, I construct a very unique digital path. I construct a physical path and digital path. Physical path is where you actually have your RV and you travel and you have fun and you record all sorts of content, and as in the process of your recording, all that content while you living in an RV with your pets, cats, kids, and dogs. You also you jump into the wave of becoming those creators, the upcoming wave of those creators that people follow. Not because they went ahead and advertised some short form content specific clip that kind of stitches multiple transformational examples of product, how well it works, but rather the type of creators who can show the overall long form transformational values in context of their mom side hustling service delivery lifecycle. So if you're a mompreneur, if you're a side hustler, or if you wanted to make extra income, take a look at that business model that I crafted for you. Now, in case if you don't have RV, I mean, not a lot of people have RV, but they kind of, many moms, they see other moms traveling around the world and well, not around the world, well, but around the United States and traveling in RVs and having fun with pets, kids and dogs, and they kind of want to have this life, but they don't really have an RV, but they don't want to be too risky like that, buying an RV or anything like this, but they still want to be part of that life. They still want to be part of that long-form transformational value that will allow them to gain that trust over time and bring other people in. So for that, I created a variation of that business model using the concept of polarization effect, which takes that whole concept of RV moms and interconnects that concept to digital moms from anywhere in the world, side hustling moms, stay-at-home moms, and makes it easy for such moms from across the world to help other moms who are traveling with RVs, but by providing them extra services, digital services, like running the background check on some of those guests that are constantly looking for all sorts of bargains, making sure that those guys are not weirdos or anything like that. So there's so many different digital services that you can encompass with this business model alone, not to mention the very interesting factor of helping other moms make more bookings for their RVs, because a lot of moms, they just have those RVs kind of standing still and not really monetizing the heck out of them. And they want to have a beautiful life. They want to go for vacation. They want to enjoy time with pets, kids, and dogs. They want to see the green grass. They want to go to Florida. They want to fly. Just like in that video, in the short form videos that I show, moms flying around. They want to have this life. Well, you could have that life. You just need to become this next wave of content creators who are no longer one-trick ponies specializing in promoting other people's products, but the type of moms who are becoming the feudal lords based on the feudal system framework that I went ahead and coined in 2024. After I started using that framework, heck, even Pepsi created a drink called Freedom Fusion, Mountain Dew Edition, summer of 2024 special edition. Check it out, guys, if you haven't had a chance to try that drink. It's kind of fire. I didn't think much about feudal system when I first started, other than, well, there's a concept of the concept of feudalism, and I thought about how come feudalism back in the days worked so well for many years, and out of a sudden it just got yanked and got replaced by capitalism. So I started looking for answers in history. I couldn't find any extremely logical reasons for why it was completely replaced. How come there's no kind of a bartering system to some level? So this is what led me to create the feudal system framework and reincarnated this whole framework into the app called FUD. So FUD is called, it's a little platform. It's called Feudal Underground Development. You could get access to it, and all you got to do is download your iPhone, with the iPhone, an app, and it's an iPhone app and Android app. All you got to do is download it, jump into like 4,000 workshops and into my digital power bundle guide called ThreadStack. So this way you could learn how to put all of those things in action and get the encouragement and support. My price is only $14.99 per month, but you could start for free and watch as many workshops as possible. There's at least 4,000 workshops for you to help you learn how to become the next wave of such creators. And those creators are extremely powerful. A lot of people follow them because they see the long form transformational value that they deliver while encompassing their audiences in the mix. And of course, an example of where I'm creating a short form content and including a little sound called Pretty Little Baby. I'm sure you guys heard that sound. I'm sure you guys probably wondering, how come I'm using the same sound? Like how can I get consistently an insane amount of views? And guys, when I say insane amount of views, I really mean it. In my case, I had maybe, when I first started out and didn't have that skill, man, I had like 1 or 2 views on any video I had. So when I started discovering those patterns, almost like effortlessly, I'm getting insane amount of views, like 1,000 views, 500 views, 800 views from really low effort, lazy video. And a lot of moms who are going through their own internal trials, triumphs, failures, and tribulations, they tend to just kind of not pay attention to that, to those patterns, and kind of just choose to work harder versus smarter. That's what kind of confused me as I was going through this field. And me as a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut and a full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer, I love to work with systems. I built my talent agency called Freedom Fusion System to help moms get connected with one another and get connected with powerful creators who could help them elevate their brand, their feudal kingdom, and makes it easy for you guys to finally succeed. Now, success is only going to come from your transcendence. The instance you transcend is the instance you start succeeding. Success is not defined based on how much money you make. Success is defined by spiritual recognition of your internal journey, and you're going to start recognizing that upon building your brand. And once you start recognizing that the feeling of transcendence, that's when you're going to start seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to make some money. I don't even guarantee that this is the path for you to make money. What I do is I simply let you know that with this path, the one that I described, you'll have a greater chance of making money versus kind of going through the traditional path of hyper focusing only on the product. An example of next wave of creators I provide directly in my community in a digital power bundle thread stack. And of course, I also provided some business models for you, different paths for how you could combine together TikTok shop with RV type of freedom life, where you get to travel, have fun, monetize your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, sell some products while traveling in RV and on TikTok shop and across socials, and how to build your own brand. So what I do is I separate those concepts across different communities where existing brand owners, the feudal lords, already part of Freedom Fusion Land community, and my Freedom Fusion Path community is where moms get to discover their path. Depending on who you want to be, maybe you're not ready to become the feudal lord yet. Maybe you're not ready to have your own brand and cultivate and provide the feudal share for other creators who will be cultivating that feudal land, helping your feudal kingdom grow further. Maybe you're not ready to be that feudal lord, but perhaps maybe you are ready to kind of, just try things out a little bit, sell some products. Heck, maybe you don't even have TikTok shop. Maybe you don't even care about TikTok shop. Maybe you're interested mostly in some drop shipping variation of a TikTok shop. Whatever the case may be, my goal for my talent agency is to help bougie boss moms over 40 with pets, cats, kids, and dogs monetize the heck out of their loved ones, and just have more time for yourself and get to become those creators, the next level creators, who are showing the transformational journey as they interact with their audiences. Now, the interaction doesn't necessarily need to be only coming from the low short form content that is being infused directly inside of the YouTube. Obviously, as you guys already know, if you go to my bio.link/Freedom Fusion System, you'll see me across multiple platforms. Why? Because Feudal System Framework states the following: you must learn, reflect, execute, mentor, and squash atomic habits as you do so across multiple platforms. You're not looking for engagement when you're creating videos. You're not looking for recognition. What you're looking for is clarity. Clarity is what's going to define your future you, the path that you're going to build over time. Many moms over 40 make a mistake. They often go live and start looking at the comments. The biggest mistake that you could ever make. No, irregardless of what the social platforms want you to do, the biggest mistake that you can make, your levels of cortisol start increasing immediately. And guys, if you don't want to have problems when it comes to making money, go live, don't look at your comments, okay? People will tell you opposite. I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna tell you engage, 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 engage. Wrong. This never worked. Why? Because you start looking at other people's comments and you start thinking how to respond to them, and all of a sudden you no longer introduce clarity. And all of a sudden, congratulations, your video became useless because you can't repurpose it anymore because you were constantly stumbling across different types of comments trying to answer all of those comments, and at the end increasing your stress levels and not getting enough sleep. The list goes on and on and on and on. Guys, this is what you got to do. If you want to respond to comments and get people involved into your site service delivery lifecycle, and if you want to become a powerful mompreneur, here's what you got to do. Whenever you go live, right, have some dedicated portions of your time when you do look at the comments. But even if you have 0 views, continue going through the end of the workshop, so this way people get to see your points of view. This is how you're going to see, this is how you're going to be able to elevate your trust levels, and will finally break through your ideal customer profile and your audience's audience. So if I don't respond to you right away, this is precisely the reason why. So, but still have a little bit of time dedicated for responding to people in comments, especially like close to the end of the workshop. So this way you could have kind of a combination of both. This way you are no longer, and plus you could repurpose the video too if you do this. If you repurpose it, that means you could blast it across other socials. It will do really well. All of a sudden you're introducing clarity, people can follow you, and all of a sudden you begin trusting the person who is bringing you all those skills. Now, the next thing that I see moms over 40 do wrong, they're not getting any sleep. They're just kind of sitting there working, trying to create some video, trying to chase after some specific effect, special effect, and then end up kind of butchering the whole video altogether and not getting anywhere, and then fully frustrated. Didn't take that money, didn't take that time that was spent on a video, didn't convert that into money, really just wasted a colossal amount of time, precisely because of one simple reason: not getting enough sleep and not having the dedicated skills for you how to take that content, convert it into fire-looking content, and kind of thinking that you could do this on your own. Guys, this is the biggest mistake you could make. This is an actual skill. This is not like you throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and hope for the best. There's a reason why Pepsi went ahead and created a drink after my company's name called Food Infusion. And it took me only 2 months to get to that level without having any content development skills whatsoever. You could see this transformational progression not only in my content, but in the way I speak. So guys, look, I know I'm not the best storyteller. I know I'm not the best content creator expert. But heck, if somebody like somebody over 40 like me can do something like this, something insane, just in a matter of 2 months, following the feudal system framework, and get so much traction, I don't know how can anybody not do the same. Like literally, guys, I'm nothing special. You could do the same exact thing. You just need a little bit of encouragement and support, and that's what you're gonna get inside of my community, guys. My price is only $14.99. Jump in. I'll help you become some of the creators, the next wave of those creators, because at the end of the day, you have to be on top of the trends, on top of what's coming next, and this is next. And if you guys want me to expand on that topic and explain to you in more details and give you more examples of the next wave of creators and how you should morph your site hustling service delivery lifecycle in the direction of becoming that next wave of those creators, so this way people trust you at higher elevated levels versus just looking at you as a talking puppet promoting products, where they look at your profile and quickly can tell right away that you're not really being true. You're just kind of promoting other people's products. People see that from miles away, and they already becoming kind of resistant to this style of marketing, and you could already penetrate through this resistance if you use my style of marketing. I coined it. It's called thread stacking, one of the best level of marketings in the world. You could use it and grow your feudal kingdom exponentially. All you need to do is jump into my community, DM the word PATH on my Insta. I break down the next wave of such creators, so this way you could just mimic them and come back to me for encouragement and support. Come back to my coaches that are also running some of those incredible workshops to help get ahead of the game and no longer feel frustrated, no longer feel like a process prisoner. This is the worst feeling of it all. And that's what I discovered. And many moms over 40, they get stuck. They see some creators telling them, hey, learn TikTok shop, learn TikTok shop. But they never do they break down the concept of becoming a lot more than a TikTok shop. Never do they talk about building fully blown systems with combination of TikTok shop while building your feudal kingdom and introducing your brand to the rest of the moms out there who would listen to you, who would become literally, guys, if you look at my threads, there's a reason why thousands of moms follow me and they don't even want to unfollow. There's 100% reason for that. You're going to see that as soon as you open up my threads. Go in my bio.link/Freedom Fusion system, go into my threads and start hitting likes on my posts that you naturally like. So this way I could create content that resonates with you and tailor that path. Remember, there is no chance on earth that you're going to be able to discover your freedom fusion path unless you start interacting directly with the person, the creator who is building those paths for you. You could see some variations of those freedom fusion paths in my YouTube videos across many threads, etc. But if you don't have that accountability, encouragement, and support, you will quickly run out of breath. You will quickly become a process prisoner without having anybody to knock on your shoulder and say, hey, stop, what are you doing? Let me give you some advice. Try this, try that. And with my community, guys, you will get that. Not only will you be able to connect with me and ask questions live in workshops, more dedicated workshops, but also you could connect with other incredible creators, FUD experts, they're called. They're mentors. They're people that specialize in certain skills that you can communicate with and solve some of those problems, whatever the problem may be in your business, site hustling, service delivery lifecycle. I know some of you guys are doing this on a part-time basis. You want to become the next level creator. You want to be part of that wave, but nobody's helping you. You're kind of stuck. You don't know how to research the product. You don't know how to can take that product and blast it across all social media sites. You don't know how to systemize things. In many cases, moms just literally, as soon as they see all those high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities, they just literally give up. And they never start. When all they had to do was just upload a little kitty on YouTube with a beautiful music, pretty little baby, and then start putting some dynamic posts to see what their audiences are interested in, and then start doubling down on that and expanding your theme. So guys, look, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get going. I want to help you. Subscribe on YouTube first, and and if you guys are interested, jump into my community. It's free to start. There's close to like 4,000 workshops for you, and many guides, including all the guides that are part of ThreadStack, like Threads Themes, Threads Slacker, Threads Booster, Threads Stories, Threads Samurai, Threads Bots. So you get access to my AI bots, you get access to my premium guides, you get access to my premium workshops, you get access to me on a one-on-one basis where you could ask questions inside of those workshops. And of course, if you really want to like high quality one-on-one kind of me holding your hand and walking you through your path, I do offer coaching sessions as well. I also have a special team of feudal hustlers who can also help you. All you got to do is just DM the word workshop on my Insta, and you can join some of those Freedom Fusion Flip workshops that allows you to create your feudal kingdom and either flip it or keep it, whatever that feudal kingdom you desire to be, whether you want to become a bougie boss mom, selling leather leashes for luxury dogs, or any other kind of moms, whatever your feudal kingdom is, my feudal hustlers are ready to parse through high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities of you, the modern day mom that you happen to be, and help you become that future bougie boss mom over 40, and hopefully the feudal lord that sooner or later you want to become, whether physical or digital feudal lord. So this way you could have a bunch of side hustlers cultivating your feudal land, harvesting and selling more products for you, and you get to just relax by the beach, by the palm trees, enjoy the beautiful scenery, and yeah, make money. Guys, that's the bottom line. Anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.